Welcome back to Hidden Heights Farm. I am Rachel, and this is part 2 to our jams and jellies video. We just posted part 1, which is our blackberry jelly. Now we are going to do a plum jam. So there is a little bit of difference between a jam and a jelly, but here's the ingredients you're going to need for this. You're going to need sugar, of course your plums, which my brother gave those to us, so we are so happy about that. You need measuring cups, and you need a measuring bowl. You need your canning jars, and then you need your pectin. And the recipe that we're going to be using is inside this Sure Gel, so we will follow that and just reference that if you have questions on any berries that you're going to be using other than plum. It has a list of all the different kinds of fruits and berries in that. So with that being said, we will get started. Okay, so now we are going to measure out 3 pounds of plums, and we've got our digital scale here. Usually at the store, if you purchase these, you can purchase them by the pound so you know what you've got. But since my brother was nice enough to share his, I don't know exactly how many pounds we've got here, so we're gonna have to measure it. And we have already cleaned these in cold water, washed them really good, so they're good to go. So we are at 2 pounds now. And what I'll do is I'll probably add an extra few because some of these have some bad parts on them that I'm gonna have to end up cutting off. Okay, so now we are going to start pitting our plum, and these are going to be quite difficult because these are pretty soft. Usually you can slice around here and then twist it and get the pit out that way, but this is a little more tricky because these are really soft. You'll have to excuse my fingers, they're all gross from the blackberry jelly we just did. So I'm going to slice this way all the way around, and you can feel when you're cutting that pit in the middle. So I'm going to attempt to do like normal, what you would do with a firm one. So you can see I lost quite a bit of juice on that one. So here's the pit, but it's pretty soft around the middle. So with a firm plum, you can usually get that right out of there, but it's so soft, it's going to be difficult. So it's just going to be messy. So I'm just going to pull that pit out right there and put it in my trash bowl, and then I'm going to dice that a little bit. Okay, on to the next one. See if this one works any better. So I'm going to do it over the bowl so we don't lose juice here. See how that works. Well, that worked. And then that one's not coming out. So I'm going to just carefully cut it right over my bowl. See if we can get that sucker out of there. It is not coming out easy. So there's that, and we'll continue to do this until we get this entire bowl pitted. And like if there's bad parts, like this one right here has got quite a bit of cracking on it, I'm just going to go ahead, I mean it doesn't look bad, so I'm going to go ahead and use that whole plum, but like this one right here, it's got a bad spot on it. I'm going to cut this off before I attempt to do anything with it. But we'll continue to do this whole bowl. We're going to put the pits in the trash bowl and the good parts in here until we get all of them done. So now we are going to put all of our plums that we have got chopped up and pitted, and we are going to pour it into this saucepan. Now ours was pretty soft, So they didn't dice up very well, so they're more mushy, and that's fine. They're all gonna cook up the same way. And it's okay if they're mushy. It's no big deal. We're gonna get that in there, and what we're gonna do is we're going to add a half a cup of water. And then we are going to boil this, or bring this to a boil. And as soon as it's brought to a boil, we are going to turn it down to medium low heat and let that cook covered for 5 minutes. So we're gonna bring this to a boil, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so it has boiled for 5 minutes. Looks really, really good. So now we are going to turn the heat off. And then now we are going to add 7.5 cups sugar. Now I know that looks like a lot of sugar, but it states on the directions, do not skimp on the sugar at all. And if I didn't say this before, we are using all the recipes out of Certo Sure Gel for our jams and jellies, in case I didn't mention that before. So now we're gonna stir this really good. And I'm actually gonna turn the heat back on low. And I'm gonna get that sugar mixed up really well in there. And of course it is super thick now with all that sugar. Now you can see chunks in there. That's just the skins from the plum, which is perfectly normal. Now, if you don't like the skins in there, you can always separate those with a cheesecloth or a strainer, anything like that, if you do not like the skins in yours. But I think it's kind of pretty to add some additional color and texture to it, so we're gonna leave ours in there. Okay, so I've got all the sugar mixed up pretty good. And now I am actually going to add our Sure Gel, pectin. And this just calls for 1 packet on this one.
Don't forget your butter.
And then I'm going to add some butter, half a teaspoon of butter. And this helps to bring down the foaming at the end when it's all cooked and everything. So we're going to mix all that in really good. And that pectin really thickens it up a lot more. So we're going to turn the heat up a little bit to medium, and what we're going to do, we're going to bring this to a full rolling boil and let that boil for 1 minute. Okay guys, so now it is at a full rolling boil. As you can see, after we added our pectin, now it will boil for 1 minute. We've got our timer set, and you can see you can barely notice the pills now. They actually look really, really pretty in here. So I think it's gonna work out really good. Now what we're gonna do, we are going to get this foam off of the top here. You may get a few skins, but you just want to discard of that foam that's on the top. When you add that half a teaspoon of butter, it actually helps reduce the foam. Or it's supposed to anyway. Never tried it without the butter, so I don't know what the result is without it. So, but we're just going to skim as much of that foam off the top as we can. And of course I'm getting some of the skin, which is, it's fine, no big deal. So that's about as good as I'm gonna get it. So we're gonna set that aside now. Now we're gonna go ahead and ladle this into our jars. Make sure your jars are sanitized, your jars and your lids. And we talked about that in part 1 of our video, so reference back to that if you're not sure how to do that. So be very, very careful. Of course, this is boiling hot. And I'm always super messy, so I'm sure I will make a huge mess as always. So what we want to do, we want to fill these up to the first ring here on this jar. Do not go past that first ring there. Almost got it. There we go. So you want to be really careful because that is boiling hot. So you can kind of see what that looks like. Turned out really pretty, I think. So we're going to move on to our other jars and get those filled up. So now we have got all of our mixture ladled into our jars, and you can see how much this made. It made 4 full pint jars, and then a little over a half a pint jar.
And that was 3 pounds of plums.
Right, yeah, 3 pounds of plums. Actually over 3 pounds of plums. That was about 3.4 pounds of plums, I think. So what we're gonna do with this one, we're not going to put it in the hot bath and seal it. We're actually gonna put this in the fridge as soon as it completely cools, because we're gonna eat it now, pretty much. But these, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna clean the rims off, because I was really messy. And I've got mixture around the rims, and we want our rims to be completely clean. And these jars are super hot, so be careful. And always make sure you wash your hands before all of this. I didn't state that just because that is just a given at our house. We always wash our hands before we start preparing any kind of food. Wash your hands with soap. Of course, we've washed them about 500 times since we started. I've got a huge mess everywhere. So now we are going to put our, I'm actually going to get this back again. These are so hot. We are going to screw these lids on as tight as you can. And no, I cannot crochet. My aunts always make these for us. They are wonderful. And I am blessed to have aunts that can do that for sure. So this one, we are actually going to set aside to cool. And then these we are going to put in our hot bath to get the lids sealed properly.
Boil for 10 minutes.
Yeah, like Kevin said, boil for 10 minutes.
Make sure the water is 2 inches above each jar.
Correct.
And it's good to not put your jars right next to each other, because once the water starts boiling, sometimes it can rattle them and the glass can bust against the other.
Thank you, Kevin. So now the water has rised above at least the inch. Yeah. So now we want to put the lid on, and we are going to continue to cook that for 10 minutes. So the jars have set in our water bath for 10 minutes and boiled for 10 full minutes. So now we're going to take them out and put on our rack here. All right, so that is our finished product. So what we'll do now is we will actually let these cool, and we will come back after they cool completely and we will check the lids to make sure they sealed properly. If you press down in the middle and it pops back up, that means they are not sealed. So you will have to refrigerate those jars that are not properly sealed. And like I said, you can reference that recipe. It says all of that detail on that recipe card in the pectin. So I think it looks pretty good. I can't wait to try it. Okay guys, thank you for sticking with us through this long video, or two-part video actually, of jams and jellies. I think they're going to turn out really nice. We just wanted to share that with you, and I couldn't have done it without Kevin. He is a great helper, and teamwork makes the dream work. He hates when I say that, but it is so true here on our farm. We couldn't do it without each other. And so I don't know if you could hear, some of these were actually popping, so that means some of them are sealing properly. Now the difference between, one of the differences between the jams and the jellies was the hot water bath. In the previous video, video number 1, when we did blackberry jelly, the water bath was only for 5 minutes. You only boiled it and cooked it for 5 minutes in the water bath. The jam you actually did for 10 minutes. So that's another difference between the jams and the jellies. So again, I appreciate you guys watching. Here at Hidden Heights Farm, we really enjoy all your comments. If you've got really good recipes, put it in the comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe if you're already not, and hit that like button. Thanks guys.